Welcome to Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio's new website. We've updated our look and added an extensive filtering system. In this tutorial, we will be showing you how to use the filtering system to help you find patterns quickly and efficiently. By applying multiple filters, you are able to drill down and produce results that are targeted to exactly what you're looking for. Let's get started. First, you will need to log into the website. You will enter your email address and password and click Sign In. Once you have logged into the website, you are ready to begin searching. The first level of filters are the types of patterns that Sweet Dreams Quilt Studio has available. This is blocks, border corners, point to point, edge to edge, specialty items, bundles, and if you are a member of the Crown Jewels Club, you can search the Crown Jewels Club archives. Once you have clicked one of these options, a new set of filters will appear. We are going to click Blocks. Notice that there are 7,423 block patterns. The new level of filters are in the left-hand column and are purple. Each of these filters has related filters within it. To expand a filter, click the plus sign. Let's look at the filters and see the sub-filters. Under Theme, we have Alphabet, Animals, Botanical, Culture, Holidays, People, Places, and Things. To expand these choices, click the little arrow on the right-hand side. Let's click Animals. Under Animals, we have different kinds of animals: amphibians, dogs, cats, wild creatures, etc. Each of these filters underneath has more options that you can click. Under Holidays, we have celebrations, Christmas, Halloween, miscellaneous holidays, etc. Next, we have Block Shape. Block Shape has the different shapes of blocks that patterns will be in. For instance, circular, square, all these different options that you can see here. Next, we have Characteristic Style. Characteristic style includes formal, informal, geometric, modern, whimsical, etc. Design elements include circles, bubbles and pearls, cross-hatching, feathers, spikes, stars, and more. Under Block Specific, if you know the type of block you're searching for, then you can click directly on the type of block. For instance, if you had an Irish chain quilt, you could click on Irish chain. Notice the little numbers in parentheses after the item. That's how many patterns are keyed to Irish chain patterns. Under Specific Quilts, if you know that you have the Kansas City Star Sampler, we have 50 patterns that have been drawn that go with the Kansas City Star Sampler quilt. Quilts by Designer. If you know you have a Judy Niemeyer quilt, then you can click on Judy Niemeyer and see the 110 different patterns drawn for Judy Niemeyer quilts. If you know the actual name of the Judy Niemeyer quilt, you could also select the quilt name that matches. You can add and subtract all these different options and reduce the number of patterns that you have to look through by the number of filters that you choose. Now that we have an idea about the filters, let's use a real-world situation and choose patterns to go with that. Notice that I have all these filters open. I can collapse everything with an easy click of a button. Now that we have an idea about filters, let's use a real-world situation. Here is a picture of the quilt that our customer is going to bring us to custom quilt. The quilt is made up of 12-inch blocks and it will have a 6-inch solid border put on before we get it. She wants it to look modern. First, we're going to click on Blocks. Now we can start filtering. I know she wants modern quilting, so let's go to the Characteristic Style and click on Modern. Notice that we've gone from over 7,000 block patterns to 1,007 block patterns. I know I want to quilt the circular part, so let's go to Block Shape and click on Circular. Now we've gone down to 113 patterns to look through. But I also think I want bubbles in it. So let's go to Design Elements and click on Circles, Bubbles, and Pearls. Now we only have 38 patterns to look through. Let's scroll through page 1 and let's go to page 2 and scroll through page 2. Okay, so I know that I want to put a ring of pearls or bubbles around the circular portion. Let's click on this pattern. Notice that this pattern the default height is 9.45 inches by 9.44 inches. So if in a 12-inch block, this is about the size pearls that will be in the circle that I'm going to be quilting. So I think this would be a good size to use. I'm going to add this pattern to my wish list. And here is my wish list, and it's popped in. I'm going to go back to my pattern, and then I can go back to where I was searching before. Now I know I need another circular pattern to go inside of that ring of pearls. And I noticed this tart block, and I think that looks like a good one to add into my pattern. So I'm going to look at this pattern. This is a 3.5 by 3.6 inch, but I think it'll look fine enlarged to go inside my circle. So I'm going to add that to my wish list. And now it's in my wish list, and I'm going to go back and go back again. Now I know that I'm going to need something to go around the outside of the circle, and that would be what I would think would be a frame shape. So I'm going to go back to block shape, and I'm going to click on frame. But I don't want them to be circular, so I'm going to unclick circular. Now I only have 10 patterns left to look through that are framed, are modern, and have circles and bubbles in them. Oh look, this Verna block looks like it has the same sort of feel that the tart pattern did. I'm going to view that pattern. This is a 14-inch block in essence, and so that seems appropriately sized for my 12-inch block. I'm going to add that to my wish list. So here are the 3 blocks that I've chosen to use, and just looking at them in my wish list, that looks like a pretty good set of patterns to use for this block. At this point, I could scroll down here. I could send a picture of these to my customer if I wanted to email her a list. I could also say I want to add all my items to the shopping cart. So I could check my items now and add them to my shopping cart. And so now they're in my shopping cart. But remember, I have that 6-inch border that I need to add patterns for. So now I'm going to go to Border Corners. And the same filters are open that I was using before, but the items within it are not checked. So I'm going to go ahead and check Modern Feel. And I'm going to check Circles, Bubbles, and Pearls. And notice that block shape isn't here anymore. That's because there are no block shapes associated with borders and border corners. So I have 4 pages of patterns to look through, and I'm going to go look through them. Oh, dotty border here is a possibility. Let's see what else is here. It's only a 6-inch border, so none of those look right. These look too small. Nope, don't like that one. Don't really want a piano key necessarily in a solid border. And oh, this Verna border, look. We have a Verna pattern that matches the frame that we were using. So that would probably be a good pattern to pick. I'm going to go ahead and select the Verna border pattern. And here's my pattern. Notice that I have an image that shows me how it looks in use in the pattern. And I can click on this pattern and see it enlarged. And then I can use the arrow and see what the border pattern and the border corner look like used together. And when I'm done, I can close this window. I also have related patterns. That means that I have the pattern that's the border corner. I don't have to go find it. They're both right here together for me. So I'm in the Verna border pattern and I'm going to add it directly to my cart. And I'm going to go back and then I can click on my border corner and I can add it directly to the cart. If I go view my cart, I can see that I have the 3 patterns I needed for the block and the 2 patterns I needed for the border. And we would go, and if I were done, I would check out. Checking out and how to download your patterns will be another video, so you can look for that. I'm going to show you a picture of what these 5 patterns look like used together. I used Quilter's Lightbox to assemble those to show you the pattern. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure and check out our other videos about the new website.